Hi, this is Harleen Baga, and I'm coming to you from Soul Therapy, a center for emotional and mental wellness, personal growth, and positive living. I am a multidisciplinary psychotherapist, and I use techniques like CBT, NLP, life coaching, mindfulness, and meditation in my treatments for people. Today's conversation is going to be about communication. Communication, my friend, is the response you get. I know it's not what you are told, and it's not what our schools and our culture really tells us. Unfortunately, communication for us is two part. First part is the listening skills, where as a society and in school, there is a lot of emphasis that we put on listening skills. We go to workshops, we get a lot of feedback on developing our listening skills. But listening to someone is not the same as understanding someone. Don't you agree? The second part of communication is talking. Talking is about oration, which is how well you speak, or the second is about the vocabulary, the words that you use. Unfortunately, in schools today, there is a lot of emphasis that is put on being a good orator, on being someone with great or strong vocabulary. It is sad because somewhere it is misleading. Again, I will repeat, communication is the response you get. What do I mean by that? If my job is to communicate to you uh, why communication is important and what you can do to fix it, if you fail to understand that, then who is to blame? Somewhere, me, the talker. Uh, Let me give you an example so that you understand. To just put this into perspective, two people are having a conversation. First person finishes the conversation and says, "All right now, I hope you understood what I was saying." And the second person says, "Hmm, actually, no, I don't think I understood what you're saying at all. And it just doesn't make sense." The first person repeats, all right, let me try again. "So, what I was trying to tell you was X, Y, and Z." The second person listens but gives the exact same response. "I don't understand what you're saying, and it's making absolutely no sense." Can you see where this conversation is going to go? Neither the person who is talking is able to communicate well, rather is unable to be understood, and nor the person who is listening is able to understand. So really, both the people involved in this transaction are unable to meet the requirements of a good communication. When we communicate in our head, in our perspective, our message is very clear. We choose the words that make sense to us, and we stitch those words in a sentence to form a dialogue that makes absolutely clear sense in our mind, in our head. And we replicate that script when we talk to another person. And we assume falsely that the script that we have written is perfect, it is flawless. And we repeat that same script again and again and again. And when the other person does not acknowledge what we want to communicate or does not understand or understand the message that we're trying to tell them, both parties here make judgments. We react impulsively. And what is the judgment call that we make? "Huh, this person is just dumb. This person doesn't understand a thing I'm saying. This person has low IQ. This person has poor communication, poor skills." Or this person just doesn't know how to talk. This person is not worth my time. Do you see where making these impulsive and hasty judgments, the kind of problems that it can lead to? You unfortunately, by making that one hasty decision, has completely dismissed the bond and the feedback and the information that you could have received from the other person. Every person that comes in your life comes bearing a message and a meaning for you. If we are quick to dismiss them, do we lose or do we gain? Think about it. So, communication is essentially the response you get. What does that mean? If the other person is not able to understand what you're saying, take that as feedback. It's not failure. It is not a dismissal uh, or something bad about your communication skills, or it is not a failure on your part. It's just that as a transaction, as something that works as a couple, where two people need to get involved, the words that you're using or your perspective is not complete. So, next time a person does not understand what you are saying, change your words, change your physiology, change your body language, your eye contact, your tone, your modulation, your voice. Maybe even use a different language. The art of communication is really about being understood. It is not about the command of language you have and about proving to the other person how smart you are. Because you may be smart, but if you cannot get people to understand you, what good is that smartness? Then really, are you smart? No. You are putting yourself in a pedestal and building this fake esteem or aura about you being a super great communicator. But that is not what communication is about. So the next time, my friends, you are in a conversation and the other person is not understanding what you are saying, step back, breathe, see what you can change to be able to better convey what you want to convey so that the other person actually understands. It could just be a perspective difference too. You come to that conversation with your perspective, which is driven by your life's experiences and journey. So maybe the analogy that you're trying to use or the example that you're trying to use is something that is unfamiliar to the other person. It is something that that person does not understand because the person has not been through a similar experience. This is not that person's fault. It is up to you to pick up that nuance in your communication and alter it so that you can uh, yourself become a better communicator. The day we as a community learn to communicate better, we will be far off. Won't that be grand? There won't be any miscommunications or misunderstandings, not ones that are silly anyway. The others will just be because that is what human psychology is all about. But take this time to think, and next time you're communicating, focus on yourself, number one. Number two, if the other person is talking, work harder to understand what that person is trying to communicate. And if you are still not able to understand, provide to that other person feedback, because remember, there are no failures in communication, it's only feedback, and positive feedback makes us better. Do like, subscribe, and share this video so that together we can create a community that communicates well, that builds each other up, that is label free, and most important, non judgmental. I will see you in my next video. Until then, goodbye.